In the grim dystopia of George Orwell's 1984, we meet Winston Smith, a cog in the machinery of Oceania, one of the 3 totalitarian superstates that govern the world. In Oceania, the party, led by the omnipotent Big Brother, keeps a scrutinizing eye on every citizen. They rule not only the present but attempt to control the past and future, rewriting history and controlling thought with an iron fist. Newspeak, the official language, is devised to limit thought and expression. Our tale is set in Airstrip 1, formerly known as London, under a perpetually grey sky and amidst omnipresent surveillance. Winston, an editor at the Ministry of Truth, is responsible for altering historical records to match the party's ever-changing propaganda. Yet, beneath his compliant exterior, he harbors a rebellious spirit. He detests the party, and in an act of quiet defiance, he begins a diary, a heinous crime punishable by death. Winston's initial rebellion is as much against the party's stranglehold on truth as it is a desperate attempt to affirm his existence in a world that denies individuality. One day, Winston catches the eye of Julia, a young, audacious woman working in the fiction department. Their initial interactions are fleeting, filled with suspicion and uncertainty. But one day, Julia slips him a note with the words, "I love you." A clandestine romance blossoms amidst the rubble of their oppressive society. They meet in secret places, away from the prying eyes of the party, their love becoming a silent protest, a reclamation of the private self that the party seeks to obliterate. Their relationship deepens, and they dream of a future where they might live freely. They find an ally in O'Brien, a high-ranking party official who Winston believes is a member of the Brotherhood, a rumored underground resistance group. O'Brien invites them to his home, and their hopes for rebellion intensify. They swear allegiance to the Brotherhood, ready to pay any price for the cause, even if it means their lives. But their hopes are short-lived. The Thought Police, the party's terrifying secret police, arrest Winston and Julia. Their sanctuary is revealed to be a trap, and O'Brien, a loyal servant of the party, their tormentor. Winston is taken to the Ministry of Love, where dissenters are tortured and re-educated. In the Ministry of Love, Winston confronts his worst fears in the infamous Room 101. He is broken, not just physically but psychologically. His love for Julia, his defiance, his very selfhood, is ripped away. He betrays Julia under the unbearable torment, shouting for her to endure his punishment. It is the ultimate victory of the party, for they have annihilated Winston's rebellious spirit. When Winston is released, he is a husk of his former self, crushed and subservient. He encounters Julia one last time, but their love is a hollow echo. They have been changed, their defiance extinguished, their spirits crushed. The book ends with a chilling scene, Winston, alone, tears streaming down his face, confessing his love for Big Brother. Orwell's 1984 is a stark reminder of the dangers of absolute power. It paints a chilling picture of a world where freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 = 4. A world where the individual is reduced to a mere gear in the machinery of the state, where love, thought, and truth are commodities to be controlled and manipulated. It is a chilling examination of the lengths to which totalitarian regimes will go to maintain power, and the resilience, and ultimate frailty, of the human spirit. Through Winston's journey, we are reminded of the power of individuality, the importance of truth, and the inherent human need for freedom. Even as he becomes a part of the mechanical monolith, Winston's struggle against the party offers a glimmer of hope. His initial rebellion through his diary, his pursuit of truth in a world of lies, and his relationship with Julia underscore the human spirit's tenacity. They symbolize the universal need for personal freedom and the power of love and connection, even in the face of overwhelming oppression. Julia, too, is a beacon of resistance. Her audacious spirit and her capacity to love, despite the party's attempts to extinguish human emotion, represent a counterpoint to the party's soul-crushing regime. Her rebellion, though less ideological than Winston's, is no less significant, embodying personal and emotional freedom. The menacing figure of O'Brien serves as a stark reminder of the perversion of power. Initially perceived as an ally, his betrayal is a striking illustration of the party's absolute control. His role in the brutal re-education of Winston underlines the horrifying extent of the party's indoctrination techniques, and the eradication of dissent. 1984 is a grim exploration of the individual's struggle in the face of totalitarianism. It is a narrative about the price of freedom, the significance of truth, and the indomitable human spirit. It is a dire warning against the loss of individuality and the dangers of absolute power. In the end, Winston's surrender to Big Brother is a chilling testament to the power of totalitarian regimes to control not only people's actions, but their thoughts and feelings. The party's ultimate victory lies not in suppressing rebellion, but in extinguishing the very thought of it, in manipulating minds until love for Big Brother replaces all else. In Orwell's haunting dystopia, the echoes of our fears are amplified, etching a stark portrait of a world we must strive never to realize. Yet, amidst the despair, Orwell leaves us with a glimmer of hope, the resilience of the human spirit, however frail, and the enduring power of truth, however suppressed. In the end, 1984 stands as a stark warning and a call to vigilance. It serves as a reminder that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance and that the human spirit, with its capacity for love, truth, and freedom, must always resist the forces that seek to suppress it. For in the heart of every Winston, there exists the power to challenge, question, and dream, and that is a power no regime can truly extinguish.